Morena, welcome back to Get Into Games. Now, in this session, we're going to be looking at educational pathways. We've also got an interview with a shoutcaster a little bit later, which I'm pretty excited about. But I am your host, Kahu, and I have with me.
I'm still there, guys, Energy, and thank you guys all for joining us this morning. Yes, there was a bit of a delay because apparently Amazon just hates oceanic servers, so we've only just gotten Twitch back up and running. But of course, Kahu was able to save the day with that amazing intro there. Kahu, how are you doing this
I
morning?
am good, thank you. I'm very good.
Oh, there you go. They're doing good. And what about you, Twitch chat? How are you guys doing out there? Twitch has been having issues. Don't die again. All agreed. Lots of snakes and quacks in the chat. It's just going bananas out there, really. Let's be
I think I
honest.
saw Bork as well at one point,
Oh,
so I think
very
we're
good. Very
evolving
good.
into Borks now. But we've got a really cool. So we in the past sessions we've kind of told you why you should get into games, and this one is how. So this is basically how you can go from high school and your pathways into tertiary level education. So you guys are going to watch a video about me checking out MSD, which is Media Design School. What do you
Yes,
reckon it?
like you said MSD again, but it is MDS, in Media Design School. Let's have a look at the short video that Kahu arranged while she was in Tamaki Makaurau and have a look at what they do there at MDS.
I'm pretty sure many of you spend a lot of time on technology. In fact, perhaps you're on technology right now, checking out your phone instead of paying attention. But have you ever thought about studying digital technology? Right now we are at the Media Design School, a tertiary level institution that will teach you all about creative technology. Let's have a look around. We're here in the main foyer at the Media Design School in Auckland Central. Here at the Media Design School you can learn about 3D animation and design, graphic design, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and of course designing and creating video games. Let's have a closer look. Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. Can you please introduce yourselves and tell us what you do here at the Media Design School?
Yep. So my name is Maria. So I'm from Chile. I've been living here for about 16 years now, and I started working here last week. This is my first week lecturing, and I am a lecturer for the what is it? Foundation.
Digital Creativity Foundation.
Yeah. So it's for the foundation course here.
Hi, my name's Glenn. I'm originally from Indonesia. I moved to New Zealand for the majority of my life now. So I've worked here for a while now. So I've experienced both the lockdown and face-to-face learning. So I've experienced the full teaching experience here. I specialize in concept art, game programming, and a little bit of motion design.
So it's really interesting, the foundation course, because a lot of people watching this might be really keen to get involved, but they don't have much experience. What is a foundation course? And if I understand it correctly, it's to help people get into the subject. Is that right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the foundation course can be pretty much broken down to two things, right? The first being, I've just finished high school. I'm not entirely sure what to do because the best way to describe the foundation course is you're a painter and you have with you a palette of color. So during the foundation course, you will be experience all sorts of media study, web design, 3D animation, programming, art, everything. And then by the time, usually halfway, you kind of figure out, oh, that's it. This is where I belong. And that's the first step of that's just kind of what foundation is. The other one is let's say you've been doing, let's say you are in the middle of your, let's say, mid-20s, mid-30s. So these are our other age of students, and you kind of like, okay, I've worked in this field of industry for 8 years now. I want to do a little bit of change. I want to. So I think a good one is, for example, let's say you're a builder, right? So nowadays they do a lot of 3D when they are blueprinting the building. So they go, I want to do a bit of 3D. See if I like it, and then they go to the foundation and they kind of improve that. Sometimes they change, like, what, I'm just gonna be a 3D artist, and sometimes they kept going, I want to be an architect or something. So yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's figuring out yourself.
I personally took the foundation course back in 2016, and like Glenn said, we got to experience all the little aspects of media design, and that's what helped me pick my degree. So I stuck with motion graphics, not only because I liked motion graphics, but because it pretty much gave me 2 degrees in one. So before you learn your motion graphics, you have to learn graphic design first. So now that I'm in the work industry, I can work in either one.
And do you guys have any final messages of encouragement for any of the students who are wanting to pursue a career or perhaps attend media design school?
You will never know what kind of skill and talent you have until you try, until you put that pen on a piece of paper or something and try it, right? So many people do not know they have what they had inside them until they actually try it. So don't be afraid to expand your horizon. You'll be very pleased with the result. Most of the times. Most of the time, you're very pleased with the result.
Yep. So definitely agree with Glenn. One other thing I would suggest is researching as well. So researching the fields that you might be interested in and you might not be interested in. Research what you can work on in your future, and definitely what you might want to work on for the rest of your life as well.
Cool, thank you so much for the time to interview you, and perhaps some of the students watching will see you guys as the lecturers in a couple years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, thank you so much for joining us. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what you do here at the Media Design School?
Hello, my name is Luke Romani. I'm from Barcelona, and I'm teaching 3D modeling and 3D animation in the foundation course in Media Design School.
And how did you get into 3D design? What did you study before you came here?
So back in Barcelona, I studied product design, and I was more like focused on getting onto engineering, building product engineering, something more technical. But I really enjoyed the 3D part, creating renders and all that. And by myself, I started to study software like Maya, Blender, or 3D Max that showed how, like, that was more for games and animation. It was really fun. So I ended up doing this, finding a job, and now I'm teaching.
So can you explain, for somebody who doesn't know what 3D design is, can you please explain it?
There is a lot of branches of 3D, because now, you know, like, you can do renders for products, for cars, or whatever product you want, or for architectural renders as well. But like, probably everyone knows, like, 3D animation for games, for movies. And nowadays, virtual reality is growing a lot, augmented reality, all this is like 3D printing as well. So 3D is like a base for doing a lot of things nowadays, so it's really interesting.
So as you heard, it doesn't matter what level of experience you have in digital design, the Media Design School will help get you up and running for a career in digital design. If you want to find out more about the Media Design School, or perhaps check out when the next open day is, check out www.mediadesignschool.com.
Well, that was an incredible video there, Ko. Thank you to the Media Design School for supplying all those people with great insights into what you may be doing there. Now, of course, this morning we will be having a guest to actually run us through more of that if the video didn't give you guys much to go on. And that guest goes by the name of Dan Trainor. Dan, are you there with us?
Hey, oh, sure, I sure am. Can we hear me? Can we see me?
Yes,
Yes,
you're
we
with
can.
us.
You're
Okay,
coming through
we're
loud
live.
and clear.
Good morning, everybody. Happy to be here. So,
How are you doing
I'm
out there, Dan?
fantastic. It's a beautiful sunny day up here in Auckland. This morning we've had a couple of rainy days, so it's what a great start to the morning.
Oh, so you guys too have been having rain up there in Tamaki.
We
That's
have,
good to know.
yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
been a little bit dicey down there, but very good. Now, of course, the first question, the most important one, just who are you and what do you do, Dan?
So my name is Dan Trainor, and I am a course and careers advisor here at Media Design School. So yeah, my role is to help applicants kind of find their path, find their way into the school.
Right.
Sort out their documentation, all the fun nitty gritty things like that. Portfolio as well, always around to provide portfolio feedback and advice before we send applications off to the program directors to be reviewed.
Oh, that sounds really important. I really like all the the different facets that make up what you do with the media design school. Now, of course, can you tell us a little bit more, just in case our rangatahi out there at the moment didn't capture just what the media design school can do?
Yeah, so we are, as voted by the rookies in 2021, we are the #1 creative tech and entertainment school in the Southern Hemisphere, which is super fantastic for us. We're a smaller school up here in Tamaki Makaurau. Everything's online as well. We've got a beautiful satellite campus in DNA down in Rotorua. Some awesome students down there as well. But yeah, so we focus on the likes of game programming, game art, 3D animation, visual effects, and then your digital design. So your graphic design, interactive design, and motion design as well.
Oh, that I wasn't even intending to link it up to DNA, but I was blown away
Good
by
plug.
that. You have this connection to Digital Natives Academy for those
We
watching at
do.
home or in school at the
Yeah.
moment. Of course, that is the organisation we're working with as Get Into Games Aotearoa 2022. Just quickly, for those watching the stream, unfortunately, we weren't able to play Mythos Party with Dan today, which means I excitedly get to play Genshin Impact.
You've been waiting
and
for
get
this
to do
moment.
my weeklies, my dailies. I might do a banner pull. I've already frustrated one of my friends this morning because she said I shouldn't pull the weapon, but I want to pull the weapon banner, just for kicks on stream. But of course, I'll hand over to you, Kahu. What other amazing questions have you got there for Dan?
Dan, I think this is quite an important question for the high school students that are genuinely considering coming up to MDS. Sorry, what are the entrance requirements?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different options. If you're under the age of 20, which I'm guessing our students in high school are, university entrance. So yeah, looking for university entrance. If you've got an excellence endorsement, level 2, in an art or design related subject, we can also look at pathways with that. Then you've got the incredible Digital Creativity Foundation program. So students who might not have university entrance, and even those who might want to, join us after year 12, there's an option there. So it's a level 4, 120 credit qualification. And that gives you that taste test of everything. So, with Kahu's video with Glenn, Luke, and Maria before, you get to dabble your feet in all sorts of areas, build a beautiful portfolio, and then you can hit the ground running when it comes to our larger bachelors there. So if you're undecided about what pathway you want to go down, or even want to be able to build up your skill set a bit more, that course is absolutely fantastic for doing that. Yeah. But that's the thing. We'll always find a pathway for you. That's my role here at MDS. So yeah, you can always flick us an email as soon as you apply online. You'll get a lovely phone call from me.
So is it specifically from you, Dan, or is it somebody else within your team?
Oh no, we've got some amazing members here. We've got
Nice.
Michelle, one of our other course and careers advisors,
Yeah.
and then Sophie as well. But yeah,
was
someone
gonna
will be picking up the phone to have a yarn to you.
I was going to say it would be incredible for the kids watching, if they called and then suddenly you pick up the phone. I think that would be quite cute.
That would be very cute.
Now, in terms of skill set, what are the things students could have, but also maybe lacking in regards to approaching media design school and potentially joining it in future?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because not all high schools teach, say, digitech. Some might have more of a traditional skill set, whereas a bit more based in around like painting and sketching. So even in the bachelors themselves, we'll start in the live drawing room. So if you're going down the pathway of, say, game art or 3D animation, you're still going to be starting with sketching. You're still going to be doing some clay modeling as well. And then you build that 3D skill set on top. It's really important to have that foundation there. So don't stress. That's the one big thing. A lot of students are stressing out. I don't know if my portfolio is good enough. Can I get into the school? That's our role here as course and careers advisors, send us your work. We can help provide feedback. Especially if a student's applying for the start of 2023, for example. You get your application in November. You've got all summer to kind of work on some projects. We love to see your passion as well. Don't just show us work that you've done in the classroom. Show us that you live and breathe creative tech. If you're drawing cartoons outside of school on the weekends, show us that stuff. Any digital art, all of that. But yeah, we love to see a bit of variety. 10 to 12 pieces. Mix it up if you can. If you've got an iPad and you crack out Procreate, but equally as important is just some pencil sketching, some painting. Yeah.
What I really like that you raised there, and that's something we started touching on, I believe, over the last day or so, was that mixture of traditional media versus digital media. And for me, I feel like I picked up there, as you're saying that traditional is still just as important as the digital stuff. Is that correct?
That's right. And,
Yeah.
especially if students are doing sort of 3D modeling, right, and they're creating
Yeah.
characters, you've got to know how the body looks and moves. So that's why we do live drawing,
Yeah.
to sort of build that foundation as such. Yeah, it's really important stuff. Yeah.
Nice. Well, there you go. Rangatahi out there. As if you guys just keep drawing, that will help you, approach the likes of media design school, not just an
Do
iPad.
have a question for you, Daniel.
Mm.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have a open day coming up where schools can come and check out what you do?
Yeah, we sure do. So we've got one coming up in August. I'm going to quickly type away on the website and confirm that date. But there'll also be a virtual session coming up in July as well. So August 26th, we've got a student for a day. There's a few workshops coming up. So even if you want to come up to Auckland, get involved. We'll put you in the labs. You'll try out some of the software that we use, and kind of come away with from the day with a bit of work, which you can put in your portfolio when you apply for media design school as well. So yeah, find your fit. There's a school holiday workshop in July 12th. And you do a little bit of everything there. Runs for 2 days. Yeah, July 12th and 13th. You do some 3D art. You do some games, some graphic design as well. All of that is on the website.
I take it we can all find that information at the mediadesignschool.com?
Yeah, you can. MediaDesignSchool.com. Nifty little news and events page there. So, knock yourself out. There's plenty going on up here.
Now, the thing we've been sharing with the kids is, passion will get you a long way in terms of following through and completing things or getting to where you want to get to in future. But what are some other things that students could focus on with regards to media design school, or just, any kind of design in general?
Yeah, I think it's keeping that passion alive as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about the school. We're, a school of 800 students, but we live and breathe creative tech, and we're seeing that like cross pollination. Even the game art students, throughout their degrees, they collaborate with the game programming students. I would say because a lot of the work here is collaborative, and then of course you go on to industry, and that's just as collaborative, if not more. So if you're studying projects with your peers, I think that's pretty cool. We talked to a few high school students who are, making their own game. You've got the likes of Game Maker, which can be, free to use. Our program director for game art and game programming, at the age of 12, he was using Game Maker, making games. And so we've come across a few students who are doing, I guess, like the back-end coding, and then some are creating the visual stuff as well. But yeah, reach out to your mates, work on some projects. You can chuck that in your portfolio. I don't know, just keep that passion alive.
One thing, so you talk about passion as something that will get you very far. One thing that I've learned personally is also professionalism. So if you guys are making these portfolios at home to submit, put some effort into it, like make it make sense, present it well. And another thing that you kind of just touched on, Daniel, is another thing you really need is a willingness to work as a team. And yeah.
It's so important, eh? I mean, like for us at Media Design School, yes, we teach the technical skills, but the soft skills in terms of collaboration, that openness and willingness to work with others. It's equally as important, especially when you're going off to get a job, right? You need to show that you're able to collaborate, because I mean that's a big part of what your employment's going to be. If you're going down the field of sort of games and 3D animation and the likes, yeah.
Now, for those kids out there like who may be interested in approaching this in future, what other like websites could they use at the moment to maybe look into getting themselves ready for the media design school?
Yeah, and that's what I love, especially these days. There's so many
So
tutorials out
much.
there online.
Yeah.
Like YouTube, you've got Udemy. I know even up here in Auckland, if you sign up to the library, you can go through LinkedIn Learning, which is free if you're going. So even check out your local library. They may have that same resource, but they've just got hundreds of different tutorials with really relevant software. So Unreal Engine, a lot of the game engines. Obviously, your Adobe suite as well. So yeah, and look out for some of the free software. There's a lot of accessible software. Blender being one. Blender we use in our foundation program. That's free to use, and you can do some incredible stuff. It'll help warm you up for when you come into the school, or if you go to any other school. I'm not saying hey you have to come here. That uses the likes of Maya. It's yeah. But I don't know. The world's your oyster now when it comes to online tutorials. So jump on Google.
Jump on Google, as easy as that. What I'm going to quickly ask for right now, Dan, is we're going to do a weapon pull on stream. And I need you
Ooh,
to wish it luck, because I want
okay.
to pull a 5-star weapon.
Yes.
So for those watching in schools, we are playing Genshin Impact, which is a free-to-play game. There are pay mechanics in it, but you can earn Primo Gems, which allows you to pull a wish, which allows you to get new weapons or new characters. The friend I frustrated earlier said I should be pulling another character from these two banners at the moment, but I don't want to. I want the cool-looking bow. So please send me luck in the chat.
Then
Send
again.
me luck, Dan.
This is my good
Okay.
wish.
This is
Oh,
the good wish. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're pulling a 5-star. This would be
it's
incredible if
coming.
we
It's
pull a
coming.
5-star. Nah, it should have already gone yellow. It's another
Oh,
bloomin' weak blue weapon. It's one
oh,
I've pulled many times. That's okay. That's okay.
I'm so
It's okay.
sorry.
We won't blame Dan. We will blame everyone else but Dan. So, but there you go. Dan, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Is there anything you'd like to sign off with before we send you on your way?
I'll just chase your dreams, kids. Look, and I think especially in when it comes to games, there's some incredible things going on in that industry. For us, we're a smaller school, but 1 in 4 game makers out there in New Zealand come from media design school. This is an incredible industry, huge growth area, a lot of money to be made, which is quite nice as well. So yeah, if you're thinking of it, commit, convince your parents. It's a good way to go down as well. And give
Exactly.
us the call. Hit us up at Media
Oh.
Design School if you need us to convince your folks that the games industry is happening. It's alive and well, and it's the future.
Yeah, no, that's a really great way of putting it, and that's something we have shared with the kids. Is this industry is
Well,
starting to see a lot of money in it, so definitely do chase it because of that. Because hey, financial responsibility in future is always a
exactly.
good thing to be ready for. So thank you so much for all your insights this morning, Dan. We really
My
appreciate it
pleasure.
from here at Get Into Games. As for our kids out there, we hope you found something really interesting in that whole conversation with Dan. I kind of feel like I should go to media design
Oh
school now.
yeah. I'm like
Or
I can do another
I thought you were
qualification.
going to say something bad about your business management degree. So don't feel too bad about it,
Look,
Cal.
it's
It's
I've
fine.
gone
It's
all the way
fine.
through to a master's,
Yeah.
right? So don't make me regret it now.
I just want to say to Wolfie in the chat, can I use my Stardust? I've actually already used all my Stardust on my wishes for this banner, which is totally fine. It's because I was trying to pull Yellen, which I did eventually end up pulling through the mobile version of Genshin Impact. So I was very happy for that. As for why I haven't friended you yet, you should see my Fortnite friends list. Oh boy, I just let them build up. It's just a thing for me now. So, and of course, chat also has said bye bye, Dan. Thank you for shouting out to Dan there because we did really appreciate their time this morning. As for what will be happening in session 2 for day 4, of Get Into Games, NZ 2022. Day 4, we will be joined by Puhoro, who will be helping us look into pathways into technology. How are you looking forward to that one, Ko?
I'm already convinced.
You're convinced?
I'm already convinced.
Do you need us to contact Puhoro and be like, you don't need to come in, Ko is convinced?
I need Dan to call up my lecturers.
Oh,
And
gosh.
let them know that I'm done. I'm gonna go study at Media Design School. It's a beautiful location that they have there, though. They're in the viaduct in Auckland, very close to the
near
water.
the viaduct, there's so much good food down on the viaduct. Of course,
Yeah.
that's the first thing I think of. So, but yeah, there you guys have it. Media Design School in Tamaki Makaurau. Of course, we were joined by Dan Trainor this morning, and we have still been. Who are you this morning? Kahu Bennett or Kahu Tapsau?
Kahu Tapsau Bennett, but I look like my name kind of looks like
Hahu.
Hahu. We've realised it looks like H.
Now,
So
yeah.
for the rest of the stream, I can be Hahu.
Okay, okay, well there you have it. That is Hahu Tapsau Bennett, and I have still been that guy, Xeno. We will see you guys back here at 11 a.m. for session 2 of Get Into Games Aotearoa 2022. Ka kite until then.